Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello, and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danni D, and I am here helping creative professional women to remove themselves from grind culture and find that holistic view of success. So, being successful in all areas of their life, their business, their personal life, their family life, everything coming together to be successful and looking at success from a different perspective than just purely your professional successes because you are a whole human being. So that's what I'm here for. I like to share my thoughts on different things and have guest experts come on as well to share different perspectives as it relates to business, life, mental health, healing. So today I wanted to, get a little vulnerable, get a little open just about something that really um stood out to me yesterday, and it was really helpful to me, and I'm hoping that it is helpful to you as well. So yesterday I, kind of woke up a little bit in my feelings about just how things have been going. And August was not the best month for me, and was nowhere near where I needed to be in August as far as my sales goals, right? And I definitely am a believer of setting sales goals and paying attention to those goals and, accomplishing those goals. There are going to be some months where you're going to knock it out the park. There are going to be some months where it's not going to look quite how you want to. And there are going to be some months where you break even, right? But you want to be, hitting it out the park more often than not. But August just was not a good month. It just wasn't. And I started thinking about how we talk about seasons. Um, we talk about seasons, and everyone has a season. And, when people are, when you're winning, you talk about your winning season. And when it's, not your turn, so to speak, you say, it wasn't my season. And when you are planting, and please forgive me in using this as an analogy, being that I am I am the furthest thing from a planter or a successful green thumb. I do it because it's therapeutic, but I'm not, that's not my lane. But just work with me with the analogy. So we talk about your seasons, and what I do know about seasons is, you have a planting season, you have a harvest, right? You don't, you don't plant and eat at the same time. And so sometimes you're going to be in the planting season, and sometimes you're going to be in that harvest season. But yesterday, when I was sitting in my feelings, I had a moment. And in that moment, I thought about, because I was, I think a few podcasts ago, I talked to y'all about what I do in the slow season, like when things are slow, because I don't allow myself to sit in that feeling. I always am, working on something, doing something, um, and not necessarily forcing something, but strengthening my business. I'm always trying to strengthen my business so that there are less slow seasons, but also that during that slow season, I'm doing something to really water those seeds so that when they harvest, they're going to harvest full, right? But I was looking around, I was reaching for some of the other things that I had to work on, and it made me realize that it reminded me of something. It reminded me of, I've talked to y'all often about my grandmother. Was my grandmother's from the country, so she, was used to, crops and this and that. And she'd say to me, often, y'all city folk, y'all eat anything at any time, but there's a season for everything. And the reason why that stuck with me was even though I didn't hit that sales goal, there were so many things that blossomed in the month of August. So it might not have been corn season, but maybe it was, blueberry season or what have you. I don't know when the seasons are. Please don't ask me that. But my point being is sometimes a particular thing may not be blooming. Sometimes we may be so focused on that thing and letting that thing decide whether or not it's our season, but it may be our season for something different. It may be our season for something else, and we're missing the progress, the growth, the harvest that is happening in our crop over to the left because we are so fixated on the crop on the right. And it's not the season for that one yet. We still need to keep watering that one. That one is still in its infancy stage, or whatever is going on with that one. But we're missing the full bloom, the full blossom of the other things that are happening in our lives because we're so focused on this one particular thing. So I want you to pay attention to what is in season for you right now. What is growing for you right now? And it may not look like what you have been looking for. It may not look like that. It may look like something else. And it may be because you need this thing to grow right now because of where you're going next. So focus on, of course, focus on reaching your goals and success. Don't take your eye off the ball of that, but focus on where you are currently succeeding. Where are you currently succeeding? And I wish I brought a copy in here with me, but I shared with you guys a few weeks ago that my success journal has been published, and that is huge for those moments, for the like the reason that that came about for me was for those moments when you're sitting there thinking, this is not working, or having self doubt, or thinking, all the things that are going to bring you down that negative path. But look at all the things that have bloomed. So maybe, maybe your corn is just not corn and it just isn't right now, right? But you may have a plethora of crops that are growing. and maybe you don't have a full harvest of something, but maybe that one little plant, that one little plant is fighting the good fight, is trying to, emerge, and it needs your attention because it is trying to emerge, and it this other thing is not ready yet, and it's okay. But I want you to know that doesn't you don't always have to think I'm either in my winning season or I'm not. Because there are gonna be some times when everything is going great, everything is amazing. And there are gonna be some times where it's a little harder to find the light at the end of the tunnel. But in either case, you're still winning. You're still going. You're still in process. You're still growing. Your seeds are still growing. They're all in different stages, and that's okay. So, just a reminder that it's not just winning season or not winning season. It's what is in season. What's in season for you right now. So, I really want you to sit back and reflect on what's in season for you right now. If you are feeling like, you know what, it's just not working out, take a step back and look around you and see what is in season for you right now. What is in season? Because it may be that the thing that you are supposed to be harvesting right now may be in full bloom, but you've never looked over there to see. So what's in season for you right now? Because there's always something. There's always something, even in the darkest. There's always something. There's always something that you can pull from, that you can cultivate in those moments. And again, keep pouring water and nutrients and everything else on the things that are still in growth. But celebrate the harvest. Celebrate the things that are blooming right now in your life, because gratitude is a huge component of, staying in positive energy. um and when you're grateful for what is, then you are preparing yourself for what will be. So look at the spaces in your life where you can see those harvests and be grateful for those things, because sometimes those things are the things to carry you through until that pesky old corn decides it wants to pop up. Or I don't know how corn grows, y'all. I really don't. I don't I'm outside of my comfort zone. But focus on what is growing. And when you focus on what is growing and show your gratitude for what is growing, other things begin to grow as well. So that's what I have for you guys. If you haven't picked up your copy of the Success Journal, please get your copy. It is game changing when you start to really focus on the things that are growing, because it is the thing that keeps you from, you know, falling into um, overwhelm or sadness or depression when things aren't going right, because you start to see positive, you start to see good things, you start to remember how you overcame things that previously may have stumped you. So if you don't have your copy, get your copy. Start cataloging those successes. Start with, keep it simple and start with what is, the small thing that happened today that made today great, because then it changes your whole energy and your whole perspective of how you see what's going on around you. And you're understanding that it's all a part of a process that's going to get you to your ultimate success. All right. Y'all have a good week. Go and reap your harvest and water what needs to be watered. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDanniD.com.